It's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for August 2022. So on August 25th, we have Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler over information, communication, and how it is that we express ourselves, stepping out of its place of power in this Virgo energy we've been in to step into the light, fluffy, airy vibe of Libra. So let's just take a second and see how this transition is going to affect us. First of all, Mercury being in Virgo, its place of power, was very logical and practical, focused on the nitty-gritty details of our thoughts, of our inner narrative, of the details in our lives. That Virgo energy was an earth energy, so we were kind of introverted. We were looking to make sense of things. We were looking at the chaotic part of our mental plane, of our physical circumstances, and we were looking to put order into what has been a little bit cray-cray. That Virgo energy always wants to reorganize, to restructure some things, to have a solid footing, to focus on the health, the wellness of our thoughts, of our narrative, of how it is that we're actually communicating ourselves. Anytime we are moving from a earth energy to an air energy, them being opposite elemental energies, we definitely feel a lighter vibe take over. The Libran energy is an air energy, so things are going to get a little bit lighter in our mental plane. This Libran energy is very social. The whole point of Libran energy is to find peace, to find harmony, to find a middle ground. But we often do that through the extremes. So here's the thing. Mercury is going to go retrograde on September 9th. So we have Mercury in this Libran energy, going through the early degrees of this Libran energy. We will hit September 9th, and of course, we start retracing our steps through the degrees of Libra that we've already experienced. We will have Mercury dip back into its place of power in Virgo, and then when Mercury goes direct, we will be retracing our steps once again, moving forward in the Virgo energy, and then re-entering into Libra energy. So pay attention to the topics, to the themes that are coming up for you this week, because this is likely setting the stage on what it is that we will be facing while Mercury goes retrograde. Libran energy is very focused on relationships, learning about ourselves through the relationships that we have with other people. This Libran energy wants us to kind of smooth things over, wants us to keep things light and fluffy. We don't want to dabble in the deep end of our thoughts, of our emotions. We want to keep things in the shallow end. We want to keep things light. We want to keep things fluffy and friendly. So we are going to take a little bit more of a, I'm going to say, rational approach to our one-on-one relationships. We do tend to be a little bit of a chatty Cathy with Mercury entering into Libra because we really want to kind of improve our communication skills. We want to bounce ideas off of other people. We want to kind of step outside of our inner world that, of course, Mercury being in Virgo had us all up in, to kind of experience life outside of ourselves. This is a good energy because it gives us the ability to see a situation, a topic, a theme from all sides. And, you know, this Libran energy, very diplomatic, wants to be fair, wants to do what is right, and really is looking to cooperate and compromise in order for everyone to be happy, everyone to meet in the middle. This is a little bit challenging in the sense that, A, we're a little bit more people-pleasing in this energy, so we might not be as aggressive or strong to stand in our own thoughts, our own opinions. We're easily swayed by what other people have to say. And B, we're super indecisive in this energy. And especially once Mercury goes retrograde, we're looking back, we're reflecting, we're reviewing, we're revisiting some thoughts, some topics, some themes, some decisions that we already made. And we're definitely going to feel torn because we're sitting on the fence about things. We don't necessarily trust our own gut, our own voice. This is why, again, the Libran energy, very dependent on other people, we're looking for validation, for confirmation outside of ourselves. We want to keep the peace in this energy, which again is a great thing. Of course, we all want to be happy and healthy and peaceful and happy-go-lucky, but at the same time, if we are sacrificing our own wants, needs, and desires, biting our tongue, not truly expressing ourselves in order to keep the peace, then we're creating a war within ourselves. We aren't very aggressive at all. We're not even passive-aggressive. We just want to keep a smile on our face, and if that means that we have to cry in the shower or cry ourselves to sleep when we're alone, then we will do that under this particular energy. This isn't a time to make a whole lot of progress. This isn't a time to kind of push ourselves in the mental arena. This is kind of time for us to take a good look at what has been out of whack in our lives, living in extremes, if you will, what has got put on the back burner, and make all efforts to balance those scales. We're looking to balance the scales between our heart and our head and our inner realm, but we're also looking to balance the scales with the attention that we've been putting into certain topics and themes in our lives. Keep in mind that when Mercury was in Virgo energy, we were looking to, fix things, to solve certain problems. We had tunnel vision on the areas of our life that needed safety, needed security, needed stability. But in doing so, some other things got lost in translation. Some other things got pushed to the side. This particular energy is when we take a step back, we reevaluate our situation, what's gotten lost, what's gotten pushed to the back burner, and make every effort in order to balance those scales. But again, we have a very short window of opportunity to make progress moving forward, because once Mercury goes retrograde, we're going to be focused more on the past than we are on the present and on the future. So biggest thing here is compromise. Now, compromise is a great thing if it means that we are all compromising and all trying to kind of put forth the effort for an end goal. But compromising on our own wants, needs, and desires, what we think is right for us, can be a negative thing as well. We have to consider the fact that Libran energy sits across from Aries energy. Aries energy is about me, I, the individual. What's good for me? What do I want? What do I need? What do I desire? In the Libran energy, we tend to sacrifice what is best for us in order to make the team, the group, the partnership happy. Again, compromising our own worth, our own values, our own thoughts, our own emotions in order to smooth things over with other people definitely isn't the way that we should be going about trying to regain peace and balance and harmony in our lives. Yes, we are looking for more peace. We're looking to make peace in our own lives, in our own circumstances, in our own relationships. But at what cost? That's what we have to take into consideration. So we will find in this particular energy that we are a little bit more avoidant of situations that could lead to confrontation. We definitely don't want confrontation under this energy because we're very, I'm going to say, easily triggered and activated. We, again, want to keep things in the shallow end, and confrontation usually comes with deep emotions, deep thoughts that we would rather avoid. We also want to avoid any kind of inconsiderate or rude type of interactions, whether it be us doing that or other people doing that to us. We want to avoid that. Again, the whole goal is to keep things light and fluffy, very airy, which can be a little bit of a task, a little bit of a chore with all of these other astrological aspects, trying to unearth the deep-seated issues, the problems, the topics and themes that we have to resolve. This is going to be a little bit tricky. And again, Mercury will be going retrograde. So our thoughts are definitely going to feel the brunt, I'm going to say, of this energy, because here we are in this Libran energy, trying to stay light, trying to stay happy, trying to stay in positive vibes, trying to smooth things over without compromising and sacrificing our own wants, needs, and desires. Then we go retrograde. Suddenly, the past is coming back in our face. Now, let me just say, Mercury retrogrades typically bring people from our past into our present for a lot of reasons, mostly to try and see whether or not we've actually learned anything, that we've actually grown, that we've actually, absorbed the life lesson that these particular people were placed in our lives in order to teach us. The fact that Mercury is retrograding in Libra energy that rules over relationships, please, please, please do not be surprised when exes come out of the woodwork, when past lovers come out of the woodwork, either in the physical realm, in your dream state, or having memory flashbacks. Keep in mind that the past comes back to the present moment in order for us to see it from a different set of eyes. We've gained a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. We have a different perspective, a different understanding of certain situations, why they had to happen in order to push us into this present moment where we are gaining more and more power, more and more momentum for our soul's potential. So this could rock us, but let's just kind of project out there. We have all this stuff come up when Mercury goes retrograde. And then what happens? Mercury dips back into Virgo energy. That gives us an opportunity to reorganize and restructure whatever pops off while Mercury is retrograde in this Libran energy. And then if we're kind of projecting the long game, once Mercury goes direct in its place of power in Virgo, then we kind of gain momentum. We make the improvements. We see the growth. We're constantly pushing for change. And then we re-enter Mercury being in Libran energy. Then we get to smooth things over once again. So it is going to be a little bit of a bumpy road, a little bit of a roller coaster ride. I do not want you to fear retrogrades at all. Retrogrades are a time for us to rest, relax, reflect, recalibrate, rejuvenate, renew, redo. And we will definitely have a lot of topics and themes come up, especially around relationships.